flat character at the beginning of the story.
Why?
Because they only said that they only said that Chino liked her, and they described her as a good girl. She went to church, and they only gave a few details about her.
Okay, exactly, right? So remember, round characters are the characters that have a lot of layers to them. They have a lot of depth. You understand them a little more. They're more complex, right? They're actually more real, right? Even with human beings, somebody that's good is not always good all the time, and it's not always good for good reasons, right? But sometimes you also need flat characters to show you what the other characters are like, right? For example, Lucy. Lucy is a flat character. We don't really know much about her except that she was teased a lot by Chino and Sapo and all those boys, right? But she's important because without Lucy, you don't get to see that mean side of Chino. You don't get to see the mean side of Sapo. Does that make sense? Okay, so a lot of times you have a flat character that's going to be in the story, right? To kind of give you a contrast to what the other characters can be. All right, so good job on Julia de Burgos, okay? Let's see, another place. Well, let's pick the one that's closest to it. Metro North projects. What happens in the Metro North projects? Deja?
Blanca's sister, Negra, stabbed her husband.
Her husband, right? Why?
Because he was cheating on her.
How did she find out he was cheating?
Because of the movie ticket.
The movie ticket. Can somebody explain what the movie ticket is? What was the name of that character, by the way?
Victor.
Victor is the husband, and Negra, right? So we got Blanca and Negra, who are sisters, right? How did Negra figure out that Victor was cheating on her?
She was washing clothes.
Uh-huh. So she's washing the clothes and...
She found the movie ticket in
Uh-huh.
his pocket, in his jacket.
Yeah, in the jacket or the shirt.
And then she told him that she wanted to go to the movies to watch the same movie. And
What
he
movie
said,
was it? You remember the name? Anybody remember the names? Al Pacino movie, Donnie Brasco, right? So she told him, I want to go see Tony Brasco, right?
And then he said that he hasn't seen it. And then he asked her if he was sure. He said yes, that he hasn't seen it.
All right. And then
And
she confronts him, right? And they get into a fight and she stabs him, right? How does Chino walk up into that scene? I mean, what's making Chino go visit Negra all the way out here? Dina.
He wanted to go get information about Blanca's aunt, Veronica, because that's what Bodega wanted to.
Okay. All right. That's what Bodega wanted. Who's Bodega? Somebody give me a characterization. Don't just tell me. Give me a characterization. If you remember what he looked like, some of the things he says, and some of the things he does. Wow, that should be in some of the work that you've already done. Deja?
He's an older Hispanic man who looks like he might have done some drugs.
Okay.
And he wants to renovate the whole city and make it better for his people.
Okay. Does he have plans for the whole city, or is he starting out somewhere? Spanish Harlem, right? El Barrio. So he's trying to take the things that he does, right? Now, where does he get his money from again?
Drugs.
From drugs, right? Okay, so Chino goes to visit Negra because he needs information to help out Bodega in this, right? What's in it for Chino? What is Chino getting out of the deal?
Getting stability for his life with Blanca.
Stability, maybe. What else, Alex?
A bigger apartment.
A bigger apartment, right? Who does Chino live with? And the boyfriend and girlfriend? They're married, right? And Blanca's married. He's pregnant, right? So they need a bigger place, right? Anybody remembers where they live? See if you remember from your notes. It should be right around there. It should be on the map. I'll put it on the map for you.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but Suckenberg.
Schomburg Projects?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where they are.
There's a reason why I had you do this yesterday. Alice, would you say the name of the place was?
Suckenberg.
The Schomburg Projects. You got the address for that?
11th and 5th Avenue.
11th?
Yeah.
That would be way, way downtown. If we're talking about 11th Street, right? The fact that Chino walks everywhere he goes, right? Who's the one that's always driving around? Sapo. What does he drive? BMW, right? Nice BMW on top of that, right? How does he pay for that? What's that? See? Working for Bodega. What does Sapo do for Bodega? He sells drugs, right? Okay. All right, let me give you another location real quick. Let's go to here. Let's go here. 116th and Pleasant Avenue. Why is this place important? Deja?
The Italian section in Italians.
The Italian section of what?
New York.
Not of New
Spanish
York.
Harlem.
Oh, Spanish Harlem, right? Remember, stay focused on the story. Why is this place important? What is it about this place that makes it stand out in the story?
If you were light-skinned,
Mm-hmm.
you would pass as an Italian,
Mm-hmm.
and
How would that benefit you? You wouldn't get attacked or stabbed, right? Because there was always beef between Italians and Puerto Ricans there, right? So Puerto Ricans knew to stay out of that neighborhood, okay? Let's take a look at this location, 119th and Lexington Avenue. Why is this location important? Bodega's building.
Because those are the buildings he owns
Mm-hmm.
and where he has people living and he pays for their rent.
He pays for the rent or helps them out, right? Maybe they just pay for half time. Who's he? Who's the he we're talking about?
Bodega.
Bodega. Now, why would Bodega want to own buildings? I mean, why would a drug dealer try to put his name out there as a landlord? What's the catch? You know?
But then he didn't put his name. He put
The what? Harry Goldstein, right? What's Harry Goldstein? What does that mean? Do we meet him in the story? He's a cover. Alex, you want to explain that for everybody?
It's like kind of like
You guys can look at your notes and try to help him out. Come on.
it's like another like identity basically. Kind of like the Born Ultimatum. Like,
Okay.
He's using somebody else's name.
All right. Why does he do that?
So like people won't know who he is and like so he could basically disguise himself.
Okay. But again, let's go back to the original question. Why would Bodega want with buildings? Right. That's one of the things that Chino asked him. Why buildings? Right.
So he wants to help out his,
He wants to help out.
his community.
Mm-hmm. He's looking to help out the neighborhoods. How can he help out the neighborhood by owning buildings, though?
Because if there's people that is like homeless,
Mm-hmm.
he's helping them by giving them apartments and this.
Okay, Lena, you were going to say something?
He want to own buildings so that he can fix up the neighborhood.
He can fix up the neighborhood. So, are we seeing Bodega as a good guy?